Is the 400 Legend the best straight wall cartridge out there? Possibly, and I'm gonna give you reasons why I think it could be. Now I will say the 400 Legend got a rough start. Only Winchester really pumped out ammunition and it came out really slow, which slowed down sales all across the board. I couldn't even find a 400 Legend when I wanted to buy one, and even if I did find one, I wouldn't have had any ammunition to buy. The release was just bumpy. It wasn't good. So I think everyone kind of just put the 400 Legend aside, but we can't ignore it anymore. There's more ammunition out there. Winchester obviously has their releases of the 215 grain PowerPoint. They have the deer season at 190 grain, and they have the 300 grain suppressed ammunition. But now, coming out soon, we know Remington's getting in the game, and they are going to make a 210 soft point grain core locked 400 Legend cartridge. But that's not it either. I just got off the phone with Bear Creek Ballistics out of Southwest Michigan.
Bear Creek Ballistics, this is Christian.
Yeah, hi. I was calling just maybe to get some information. I couldn't help but I was following on your Facebook page and I noticed a comment somewhere where you said, or Bear Creek Ballistics mentioned that 400 Legend was hopefully coming into the picture this fall. I just wanted to maybe get a little bit of confirmation on that, maybe any information. I didn't know if you guys are able to share any grain weight or what you guys are looking to do with that.
So yes, right now we're in the process of actually having brass made. So it's not going to be Winchester brass, it's going to be a high-end brass. We can't say who we're having them made yet, but
yeah.
Yes, we are going to plan on getting that in around August timeframe, if everything goes to plan, and then starting to load it up and actually offering loaded ammo.
Awesome. So they're making ammunition too. So there's a lot of options out there, and that's what held back the 400 Legend. There wasn't a lot of options. When there's just one company making all the ammunition, it can just stale things out. But now competition's picking up. And you can't ignore the ballistics of the 400 Legend either. It does outperform the other straight wall cartridges, whether it has higher velocities or better energy. And when they're close, the other gun's going to have a greater recoil. For example, like the 450 Bushmaster, the 4570, the 444 Marlin. There's a lot of those other straight wall cartridges that actually compete pretty close to the 400 Legend, but when you just look at the numbers, it does outperform them. Now, it's time to shoot the ammunition, right? We have to start seeing some of these things side by side. Recently, I put the 400 Legend to the test up against the 350 Legend, the 360 Buckhammer, and the 450 Bushmaster. I used those straight wall cartridges specifically because I hunt in the lower half of Michigan, and I can't use the 4570 or the 3030. Those cartridges are too long. So this is why I use these cartridges specifically. Now, in my opinion, I think the 400 Legend performed the best. I'll show a quick clip from that video. All right, so if you haven't seen this video yet, make sure you watch it after this one, because it's actually really interesting how all of these cartridges compared to one another. What I did is I took two cylinder blocks, put them next to each other, and we tried to visually see their energy velocity as it's traveling through these cylinder blocks in slow motion. So, and here's a video clip side by side of that actually happening. Now, right away, you probably see that the 350 Legend was just outperformed by the other three when it comes to velocity and energy. The 350 Legend broke through the first wall and second wall of the cylinder block, but it didn't do it in an impressive fashion. Then you hop over to the 3 other cartridges, and 2 of those actually knocked over the second block, which tells me it had enough velocity energy to do so. Surprisingly enough, the 450 Bushmaster didn't accomplish that. Now, it completely blew up and destroyed that first cylinder block. That was impressive, but just not enough to knock over that second block. And maybe that's because you use a bigger and heavier and chunkier grain bullet with the 450 Bushmaster. So maybe it didn't have the velocity like the 400 Legend and 360 Buckhammer did. Now, when I look at the 400 Legend and the 360 Buckhammer, the 360 Buckhammer knocks over the block first, and then the 400 Legend second. So that's impressive by the 360 Buckhammer. But when I look at the aftermath of the blocks when they're all finished, man, the 400 Legend pretty much blew up that entire block, similar to the 450 Bushmaster. That's where I analyze this and look, I think the 400 Legend did the best in this little scenario. Now, we have more scenarios coming up. So if you like this content, give it a like, hit subscribe, hit that notification bell. We're gonna be doing more videos with these cartridges in the future. Now, for those that have been watching and following my channel, you'll know I love the 350 Legend too. It is a fun gun to shoot. When you have little to no recoil like that, it's just fun. Now the 400 Legend, it does have more recoil, but nowhere near close to the 450 Bushmaster. And I think that's where this cartridge is perfect for me. It might not be the perfect one for you. Maybe you want the Cannon and you like that 450 Bushmaster. Hey, every time I've shot a deer with my dad's 450, it has gone nowhere. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've shot 3 deer with it and they've ran a total of 0 yards. I'm serious, that thing has dropped them in their tracks. I love that gun. So I can see where someone would love that gun. I also love the 350 Legend, especially for my kids. They're gonna start shooting this year and they already have started to shoot. And that's going to be a perfect first level entry gun for them with the little recoil. It's gonna help them with their accuracy and I'm really excited about that for them. But for me, I want maybe just a little bit more than what the 350 Legend has to offer. And I think the 400 Legend is going to be the perfect balance of that. The 360 Buckhammer is also a great option for people in southern Michigan. Now it's a little bit pricier, but man, that lever action is fun. No matter where you're from, whether you're from the Midwest, out east, west, south, you love the straight wall cartridges. They're fun to shoot and they're great on whitetail. So it doesn't really matter which one you have as long as you have great shot placement. That's obviously most important. But when it does come to recoil, energy, velocity, those kind of things, you do also want to pay attention to those things. And that's why I think the 400 Legend is going to be a perfect fit for me. What's your perfect fit? Let us know in the comments. I'm curious. You know me and you know this channel. I love the straight wall cartridges and I like reading all the comments. I'll answer each and every single one of them. I like learning from you guys and I hope maybe you can learn from me as well. But as I continue this fall and in this journey, I'm going to continue shooting multiple straight wall cartridges, comparing and contrasting in different kind of shoots. So, but hey, until next time, God bless. Have a great day. Have a great week.